Hello, is this Chibog? Paki-order yung pancit palabok and the lechon kawali, bangus sisig. Yun lang. Okay, sige. Salamat. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be introducing you to my favorite Filipino restaurant and what I think is probably the best Filipino restaurant in San Francisco, or Daly City to be specific, aka Little Manila.
If you've never been and you live here in the Bay Area and you love Filipino food, or you like Filipino food, Chibog. Chibog is like the best restaurant here right now. They hit the flavor profiles.
Yeah, like we were talking about kare earlier, and honestly, the kare I get at Chibog is like, it's so good.
Other Filipino restaurants would get you with better service or better pricing or better ambiance, but Chibog just gets you with like just the best flavor profile. They just hit it.
I always revolve around the same things, which are the kare, bangus sisig, lechon kawali, kalabasa, ang sigaw.
Yeah, those are all good options,
Yeah.
man. I mean, even their sinigang. Just get their sinigang, it's like, oh, it's so good. Why? And you can't explain it. Like sinigang, I haven't had a wrong dish at Chibog.
Yeah, same.
Chibog just nails it.
This place is very special to me because one, the food smacks really good. Two, I bring all of my friends there and they all think that it's really, really good too. And also some of these friends are like Michelin bad and bougie chefs that know how to cook dope food. So, you know, it's Michelin approved. You guys know who you are. Put my order in, some of my personal favorites, and just things that I'm craving. So let's go pick it up. I think for Filipinos in general, or maybe at least my family, we do not really go out and eat Filipino food unless it's for two reasons. One, it's really good, or two, it takes a lot of time to make, or we just don't have the equipment. So the items I ordered are lechon kawali, which is basically deep fried pork belly, deep fried in a wok. Kawali means wok. Two, probably one of my favorite items there and what I always order when I bring people, bangus sisig. Sisig, as you know, is one of the best dishes in Pampanga, composed usually of pork, but this restaurant does it a little bit differently because, you know, they wanted to provide variety. So they do it with bangus or milkfish, which is my mom's province's fish. And also, for me personally, I just don't like the sisig there. No offense, Chibog, not really my style. I'm still on the hunt for San Francisco's best sisig. So if you guys know a place that has bomb sisig, drop it in the comments below. I'll go there. 3, pancit palabok, which is a noodle dish, which is probably the most time consuming of the pancits to make. I've been craving it. I honestly haven't had it for like the past 6 months when I was still living in the Philippines. It's just something that's really damn good. And I'll of course break these down once I get home. One of the big aspects about Filipino food is that you can't go alone. You need to eat with your family and you need to order a lot of stuff because the flavors and the dishes that we have are so good. The way that Filipinos eat, family style. So you need to order a lot of dishes, share with your friends, family, and you get a lot more enjoyment out of that so you can sample more things because of the nature of Filipino cuisine itself. The 3 things I got are lechon kawali, which is basically deep fried pork in a wok or kawali. Another thing, lechon kawali comes with mang tamas, which is a universal Philippine sauce composed of like liver, sugar, vinegar, salt, pepper, emulsified together. But there are other sauces you can use for your lechon kawali. Banana ketchup, classic, vinegar, whether you like it spicy or not, pick your poison. 2, pancit palabok, which is a noodle dish that made with a sauce of shrimp heads mixed with achuete or annatto, which is like that red spice that we use also in kare. If you're interested in that, watch that video here. And then it's also mixed with like chicharron, egg. That's pretty difficult to make because you need to make sauce, which encompasses pork and shrimp, and then all these other dressings. And then lastly, bangus sisig. Honestly, haven't eaten here in a year, but one thing I forgot about is that when you order sisig, it comes on a sizzling platter, which is also part of the experience and enjoyment of it because it stays hot and it kind of grills itself. You know, although they did a good job of preserving that, it was kind of not as sizzly or crispy as I'd like. These are basically the 3 things on my plate. And you know, it's funny because it's only Filipinos that really eat carbs with carbs. I eat noodles with rice. Oh, this hits the spot. One thing I have to say is that the palabok that they serve here is a little bit different than the ones you normally see. The biggest difference is that the noodles are thinner rather than thicker. Personally, I prefer the thick kind. These are like 3 things that I personally enjoy eating. Anyway, there's like a lot of things on the Chibog menu that I highly recommend in general. Filipinos in general, or at least my family, we tend to go out and get food that we cannot make at home or are tempted to make. So some things that I recommend specific to Chibog that I think are very good. Look at it now. Honestly, they have like this thing where they have like a pig symbol on their recommended dishes. You honestly can't go wrong. I'm not gonna steer you towards any of the soups because I don't go here for that, sorry. Crispy pata or deep fried pork leg, 10 out of 10 recommend if you're trying to get hardtack or you want something to like munch on while you drink. I didn't order it today because I had it earlier with my friend Bobby. Kare here, smacks. 10 out of 10 recommend. Honestly, you can't go wrong with things with the pig symbol on the menu. This place was actually number 6 on Eater SF's top 10 Filipino restaurants in Daly City. And there's honestly kind of like a small mini joke that I have here with one of my best friends who also really loves this restaurant. As you kind of know, there's a stereotype that Kapampangans are like the best cooks because Pampanga is such like a food capital of the Philippines and they have so many good dishes there. Or when I first went to Chibog, me and my friend had a joke that like, man, the chef here must be Kapampangan because the food is so good. Yeah, it turned out that the chef was Ilocano. You don't have to be Kapampangan to be a good cook. You just need to understand the flavors of the Philippines and kind of what we gravitate towards. This place is not only Michelin chef approved, but Kapampangan approved as well. Anyway, if you're in Daly City or if you're craving or interested in Filipino food, check out this restaurant Chibog. Not sponsored, but this place is poppin' whenever I go. Usually like waits around dinner time of like 15-20 minutes. It's always full. And that kind of shows you how good it is, because if it's full of Filipinos, you're at like a very authentic, delicious place. So just shout out the Filipino, I need to eat my dinner. The rest is not for me. I'm gonna share it with my mom and dad who are currently sleeping, but tune in for the next episode where I'm probably just gonna get silogs and explain that.
Chibog's lit. Chibog is lit.